In 1893, Colorado became the first state to grant women's suffrage by a vote of the people, and a year later elected 3 women to the state legislature, the first elected to any legislature in the world. Now, that's just some of what you can learn in Strong Sisters, a new documentary about women in politics in Colorado.
I remember when Nancy Spence was the only woman senator for the Republican Party, and she didn't back down a lick. She had those boys in line and really, kept them toeing the mark. And I think part of it is that we don't ask permission. We as women in the West just move forward.
Women on task here in Colorado, and joining us now to talk about how this all came together is Meg Fro, one of the producers of the documentary. Congratulations on getting this done. How did this even come to be?
Well, we took our premise from those startling early statistics, and we actually lead the nation now at 42% in women in the legislature. So we wondered, why Colorado? And I had a background in film, and my co-producer and I both were historians, and we went on this journey.
So the quick answer then to why Colorado is?
Some people think it's our Western independent ethos, where the cowgirl was able to step outside of traditional roles and lasso her way into the State House. We also have a mining history that led to urbanization, that some people point to that as being actually the combination of Western plus urban as being favorable to women.
Interesting. I know you interviewed some 76 current and former lawmakers. We have another clip to show you of someone describing working with Ruth Stockton, who served during the 60s until the 80s. Take a look.
Well, I think because of Senator Ruth Stockton, who was a great role model, that we really did have a sisterhood. It wasn't a covert organization, but it was just that feeling we had that we were in this together, and that she would lead the way by example as to how the very few of us, there were 3 of us women in the Senate when I was elected, could be effective.
So what other stories stood out to you during all of this?
There are encouraging stories of when women banded together to really change the conversation at the Capitol and get important things done that spoke only maybe to women. Mammograms, child labor laws, education legislation. There were lots of interesting stories about the way women do business differently under the dome and how that leads to more congeniality and more productivity. And some crazy stories that I don't want to ruin for the viewers from Pat Schroeder, which you can imagine.
Oh, yes. She was always fun. If Pat Schroeder was speaking, it was fun to just hear what she had to say.
And such a pioneer. So
yes,
she was the first in so
levels.
many instances, and so what she went through is really pretty incredible.
Yet, as we talk about women in politics, we have not had a female governor, a U.S. senator.
So this is our interesting paradox in Colorado. We've done so well in terms of women, but we seem to have this glass ceiling. And I think we're seeing it play out in the presidential race as well, that there are institutional barriers towards women getting into higher office, and a lot of people point to money and access to power. So we're not in boardrooms yet, and we're not connected to the most wealthy, connected citizens yet. And so what's interesting in the presidential race is that when you break down those barriers, then do you become the institutional candidate? So we're seeing that a little bit this year.
Okay, now we have another clip. This is from former State Representative Karen Middleton, who talks about why she took her infant daughter with her to the Capitol.
I had declared that I would be a candidate before I figured out I was having a baby, and so it just sort of dovetailed that we did it all at the same time. And I made the decision to bring Zoe with me because there was enough flexibility in the legislative calendar that it was actually easier than probably women who have to go to a 9-to-5 office situation. So it worked out really nicely. I think she got more press than I did.
And that must have really shaken things up that day.
It did, and this is a new trend that we're seeing, and we think it's very encouraging. Previously, women waited till their youngest child was pretty far along in education. Nancy Pelosi famously waited till her youngest went to college before she began her political career. Now we see women with young children at the Capitol.
Not waiting.
Not waiting.
What is the takeaway? I mean, what's your message to younger women, for example?
Well, we definitely feel get involved, and it basically stems from the idea that our legislature should look like our state. So we want women in our legislature, we want people of color, we want people from diverse backgrounds and of all ages. We definitely have talked to people who said because they saw women go before them, they felt they could do it. And so I think you can't be what you can't see.
Yeah. Well, good to know. Colorado women are pioneers for the rest of the country. All right, well, Strong Sisters premieres next Sunday, March 6th. It will be at the Alamo Draft House, so congratulations on getting this done, because the first screening, by the way, at noon, that's already sold out, and you're saying the second one is close to
pretty
capacity?
much there, but hit the website up and we'll have more opportunities to see the film.
Well, check it out. Well, congratulations, Meg.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate your time for coming and telling us about Strong Sisters.
Thank you.
Thank you.